Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the WMU Cooley Law Library Minute, where we'll be talking about various study aids and secondary sources to assist you with your library success. In today's video, we will again be rounding out the trifecta of major publisher study aids with the Wolters-Kluwer entry into this, examples and explanations. Much like the Understanding in Nutshell series, E&E is primarily focused on direct, easily comprehensible explanations of basic rules, major cases, and anything else the author anticipates a law student will need to know to master her course material. When compared to the other two, however, E&E books are significantly larger than even Understanding, often approaching the size of an actual casebook. So how do they fill this space? As the name suggests, E&E owes its size to a more conversational tone than the other study guides, and multiple hypotheticals illustrating a rule in action after the explanation. The discussions themselves tend to not be of greater detail than one might find in an Understanding title, but they're comparable, and they often feature diagrams and other visual aids to help the reader understand how these concepts actually work. Also, as mentioned, the tone of discussion tends to be much more conversational than the other two series, and terms of art are generally avoided unless they've been extensively defined elsewhere in the work. This style, when combined with the aforementioned hypotheticals, results in a much longer work than the other study guides we've talked about so far. Given the sheer amount of assigned reading law students are already saddled with, I'd understand if you were to look at an E&E in print and opt for a more succinct study guide. But the space is not wasted, and I particularly recommend this series to students having a hard time with the more technical language used by other series. Ultimately, every student will have her own preferences, and those are going to be a more useful guide in deciding which study guide series is right for her than anything I can say. Especially since, at the end of the day, Understanding, the Nutshells, and Examples and Explanations are all more or less saying the same things about the same subjects. But to sum up the past few videos into general guidelines, the Nutshell series focuses on succinct explanations of broad legal concepts, but won't go into much depth. Their goal is to serve as a pocket reference. Understanding provides lengthy, technical explanation of legal points, and is probably the closest of the three to being a casebook without cases. Finally, Examples and Explanations uses a more conversational tone at the expense of brevity, and provides numerous hypotheticals to illustrate its points. It's probably the best for totally new law students, provided they have the time to dig in. This concludes our discussion of major study guides. Tune in next time when we will have a broad general overview of major question and answer sources. That's all for now. Thanks for your attention, and I'll see you again.